And we're good. Let's get going. This is the third major boss of Dragon Quest X. Let's see how this goes. Sin King Bermud. Alright. So, I'm quite a bit stronger than I was last time. I did some leveling with a friend, and I learned something interesting about the level cap in the trial version. I have I've done the level 85 level uncapped quest. However, it won't let me level past 80, which means that if you're playing on the trial version, this is about as strong as you're going to be able to get. This, of course, does not bode well for this kind of challenge that I'm doing here. I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to complete version 2 anymore if I can't get higher level than this, since one of the main restrictions that I'm putting on myself is beating version 2 on the trial version. So I'm doing, I did version 1 already, and now I'm doing version 2. But, yeah, I hope this still goes well. I'm pretty strong. I even have the Night God helm, which gives 68 defense, which is more than all of my other armor. And this guy doesn't seem to be too strong. I'm not quite sure how many bosses are even in version 2, or at least major bosses. But, yeah. If I do get stuck, I have an ace up my sleeve. But I hope not to bring that out quite yet, since it's extremely grindy. Oh, of course this guy's got Disruptive Wave. You know what? Considering how weak he is, I don't even need buff. Just Remore is fine. On the bright side, it doesn't seem like he has anything really annoying move-wise. He's not turning me into a little minion or crushing me and having all of my stats, so we're off to a fantastic start. And I'm even doing good damage, which is great. I think the next time I get stuck, I'm just going to have to try to grind for better gear, since while in trial version you can't trade with anyone or anything. It's entirely monster drops or what you can craft, and you can only craft stuff up to level 9 in whatever profession that you have, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, running out of Remore, go ahead and just reapply. This is probably the plainest boss fight arena that I've seen so far in version 2. It's just a regular old, or as it says on the top there, monstrous pit. You know, I could probably get away with just using re-mid heal on this guy. He doesn't really do very much. Nice crit. Angry Assault. Well, that did damage. I really wonder how long it's going to take before I can get to true all trades and increase my skill level cap. That'll be a really big boon to my strength, since I'm clearly not getting any higher level. Why not? We'll use Night Watch. I'm curious what he does when he's angry. Since most bosses and enemies have different move sets, or at least things that they prefer to use while they're angry. Kind of looks like more of the same. It's just using Angry Assault more, which I guess makes sense. He is mad. I'm sure he probably has a lot of health. So I don't imagine this will be a very short fight. Oh yeah, I should probably recast. Well, this is a pretty laid-back fight. Maybe I should go over the moves that I have and use often in this kind of solo challenge run. That way you can get an idea on how most things are going to kind of go. Generally, re-mid heal, re-more heal, and buff are the moves that you want to be using in pretty much every fight. If you come across an enemy that's able to hurt you, you use buff. If they can hurt you even with buff, you cast re-mid heal, and if they can hurt you a decent bit, even with buff, you want to cast re-more heal. Oh hey, and he's already yellow. As for damage, generally you'll have a pretty good amount of MP, so I like to use Falcon Slash. It's 2 MP for 2 attacks in 1 turn. It makes things go a lot faster, even though you're using up MP. And then there's, of course, Giga Slash for when you need to deal with multiple enemies or your damage just isn't able to compare. Because in very rare cases, Giga Slash will be more MP efficient. And then outside of that, you'll have other various moves that are more situational. You'll have Crit Guard for certain enemies like the Great Saber Cat. They like to crit a lot. Or other bosses that might have crit moves. That's a new one. Nope. But generally don't use Crit Guard too often. There's also Wizard Ward. That doesn't come from the Paladin skill tree. Instead, you get that from being a mage, which I've got levels in every vocation available to me, which there's quite a few, though I'm still missing out on like half of them. There's also Clear Mind, which again isn't part of the Paladin moveset, and so this one's from Martial Artist. And there's also Wholly Impregnable, which doesn't really work how it works in Dragon Quest IX, where in 9 it negates all status effects, period. You don't have to worry about them. In this, it just reduces the chances of you being affected by a status effect, which it's good, especially against bosses that like to spam status effects, but it's not nearly as useful as it should be. That's kind of like the main toolkit that one would want to use during this kind of run. There's also other stuff like Immense Defense or Great Sword Guard or whatever you like, since anything that increases your block or parry rate is pretty useful as well. This is probably going to be the shortest fight I've done yet. Yeah, oh wow, he's already yellow, or not yellow, red or orange or whatever you want to call it, and it's not even 10 minutes. I haven't even needed to use magic water yet. I will soon though. The this should be the last major boss before I go to Grand Zadora, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe that boss will be stronger. I'm just glad that this guy doesn't have anything like Crush or the, I don't know, whatever the genie was using. Yeah, dude, we get it, you're angry. Alright, first magic water. Hopefully I won't need to actually use any more. Okay, well that's, come on man. That's uncalled for. Just keep on the Falcon Slash and things usually turn out alright. You know what, there was a boss before this guy. I wouldn't call it a major boss. It was similar to the Biggie Sanguini, where you have to fight a Forest Guardian and a Jungle Hunter. They're not too strong. They're pretty easy to deal with, all things considered. It's kind of more of the same, just buff Falcon Slash or Giga Slash and set up Remore Heal. I didn't bother with recording that fight since boss didn't really have a specific portrait or the ability to change its settings or anything really going for it. It was kind of more like a mid-boss, I guess, or a mini-boss. I don't think I'll be recording those fights specifically since they're nothing to scoff at. Or not nothing to scoff at. Ugh, completely wrong phrase. They're just not very strong. And more serve as like filler. Come on, man. You can't be alive for that much longer. Just a couple more Falcon Slashes. I'm glad that doesn't knock down. I wonder if it... No, I don't know. What if it's possible to stop a knockdown like that if you're just high enough level or way enough or something? I don't know. Hopefully this is the last Remore heal I have to set up. See, how long did a genie take? Like 20 minutes, just about? That fight probably would have been a lot faster if he didn't summon his little minion multiple times. Nope, then there he goes. 13 minutes. Yep. Gotta say, not impressed with this guy. I definitely way over leveled. Again. Ah well. That's how to take him on. So I guess that's it for part 2. Laters.